Welcome back to the broadcast. This is NTV Tonight. Now, the National Assembly's Committee on Tourism and Wildlife has temporarily put on hold any further payments to the Kenya Defence Forces that were due after the renovation and facelift works at the Kenyatta International Convention Center last year. During the probe, KICC CEO and KDF officials were at pains to explain how the tender rose from 1.5 billion shillings to a total of 1.98 billion shillings. NTV's Sydney Chazima now combs through this and the sums of money paid out in what has now turned out to be a controversial tender undertaken by the Kenya military.
As the nation braced to host delegates from across the globe for the Africa Climate Change Conference at the KICC in 2023, little to no information was out in the public domain about the work that had gone on behind the scenes to give KICC a proper facelift in time for the event. 400 million. National Assembly's Committee on Tourism and Wildlife is probing circumstance under which the tender for the renovations was originally earmarked to cost a total of 1.5 billion shillings, but was later charged at Kenya shillings 1.98 billion. Interestingly, the KICC management, despite having changed the contractor, has never received a signed bill of quantities from KDF. Meaning the detail on the quality and quantity of renovation works and materials needed remains a mystery to KICC.
To date, the bill of quantities remains unsigned, and we still do not have an agreement as required by the PRE between ourselves and KDF.
We had an agreement, and I said earlier it only was signed between the two PSs, and that is why what the issue was, we had shared a copy as the law requires with the PPRA, that they told us no, it was supposed to be signed by the CEO, KICC, and our PS.
Part of the cleaning services undertaken in the tender that has raised eyebrows is the cleaning of windows and the cabro pavement from the VIP entrance to the main gate, which was touted to cost 38.69 million shillings in total.
Concrete service you can't wash with water. And you can't wash with homo. You will do what we call sandblasting. The
KICC CEO says the cabro cleaning scope of work was not on the original plan.
The sandblasting that is indicated in item 24 was on the walls. We had no provision or indication of sandblasting the cabros.
The KDF, in its defense, states that the numerous inspection visits at the KICC by the president then would mean new cleanup duties outside the agreed scope of work would be assigned.
When we are still executing, His Excellency President used to come and tell us that, for example, there are some things that we changed which were not initially doing ourselves. So it was changing until the last minute. That's why we were able to develop the final PQs at the tail end.
Another contentious issue raised by the committee surrounds the hiring of audio translation equipment. According to the breakdown seen by NTV, the total cost of hiring the said equipment was 179.88 million. The KDF had received a payment of 950 million shillings from the Tourism Promotion Fund, and just this week, another 300 million shillings was wired to KDF, with the balance now at 730 million shillings. The chair of the National Assembly's Committee on Tourism and Wildlife now wants all payments halted, pending further probe into the matter. Sydney Chazima, NTV.
General Charles Murio